for good.
During practice, Jeremy would stand right beside me on the side of a court and not really get in even in practice. He was just there in case one of these guys got hurt.
I pretty much saw the writing on the wall. I was like, I'm pretty much done. And like, I was resigned to the fact that I was gonna get let go.
Standing on the side of the court, he comes up to him and he goes, hey coach, I've got a question. I go, what is it, Jeremy?
I'm taking a taxi everywhere. Should I ship my car out here? And he was like, you know, probably not. I was like, oh, hell, I'm gonna get waived.
And so I went and talked to Glenn. I said, Glenn, what do you think? And he goes, well, we haven't really seen him. We don't know. And I said, you know what? Let me try to see if we can get him in a couple games before Tuesday and just see what happens.
They're like, look, you're gonna play tonight. I want you to go out there. I don't want you to do too much. I was like, okay, I won't.
8 points for Garnett. Lynn coughs it up. Bradley to the rim.
I didn't do too much. I pretty much did nothing. I played horrible. You know, I missed shots. I had turnovers. I had bad fouls.
Lynn reached in.
I thought at most I had one more chance the next game. I was like, okay, I just screwed the Boston game. I probably will get cut, but they may give me one more chance tomorrow.
I think at the time, Jeremy was actually staying with his brother in New York. And he was talking to me on the plane. He's like, you know, my brother, he's got some people over. So, you know, is it cool if I crash at your place instead? You know, I was like, yeah, sure, man, come, you know. I was giving him forewarning, though, that my couch wasn't huge. It was actually a rental couch at the time. It might have been maybe 6 feet long.
We get in at like 2 in the morning. I go over to Landry's place. He's like, this is my couch. And his couch is like this big. I'm like, dude, I have my head hanging off of one end and my legs hanging off the other. I'm like, oh my gosh, how am I gonna get a good night's rest? Like, I might play tomorrow. This might be my last chance.
I remember thinking to myself, one, I hope he gets in because he really didn't do enough in the Boston game to warrant getting big minutes. And two, if he gets in, he's got to play well or they're going to release him after the game.
It's funny, this season was the only season in the last like 11, 12 years since the last lockout where people have played back-to-back-to-back games. And New York only had one stretch of back-to-back-to-back games. And if we had more days to rest, I'm not sure if I would have been able to play in that game.
I prayed that day, and my prayer is, God, if this is your will for him to play NBA, you need to show us.
And there's Morrow. Morrow knocks it down. Williams sets himself, puts up the three, and knocks that one down. And the Knicks find themselves down by 10 already.
Again, Mike Lickey's coming in.
Jeremy Lin, and you hear a pretty big ovation.
He didn't look tentative. He didn't look overly concerned. He looked like, dude, I'm about to go do it. If they cut me, they cut me. If I don't never play another NBA game, so be it. I'm going to play like Jeremy Lin can play.
Jeremy Lin drives and finishes. Nice play from Lin. There's the strip, but Lin throws it ahead to Tony Douglas. Up for the layup, banks it in. Here comes Shumpert to Lin. Lin flips it up and puts it in. Jeremy Lin once again.
He finished the half with like 10, 4, and 4. Like good numbers for a half. That was such a higher high than like anything he's like done. So I was like ecstatic at that point. The second half, he just went nuts.
Driving to the basket, does it again. And a chance for a three-point play as he got hit. Bumped by Petro, gets to the rim, count, and a foul. He is in one special night become a Garden favorite.
Will it be remembered?
He was stringing together like 3 crossover moves in a row, like things he's never done before.
Splits the defense again, gets to the rim, pucks it in, and a foul! Wow!
And the crowd on their feet paying homage to this man.
Clyde, even it looks like his teammates don't believe what they're seeing.
I was just so emotional. There's no way they can cut me now. I just had the game of my life.
Again, the crossover, the basket, puts it up, puts it in. Jeremy Lin with 25. And this crowd is going crazy.
Penetrating, manipulating, devastating the Nets.
He's the hero from Harvard as the Knicks get a much-needed victory on the game of his life. And he is sworn by his ecstatic teammates and a jubilant crowd here at Madison Square Garden.
I'm just thankful to God for this opportunity to be able to come out here and play with this team and this organization.
Man, I was taking a shower and I was like, I didn't even know. I was like, is this water like from the shower or am I actually crying like tears of joy? So I was just like so high on emotion. I was so happy. I was sitting in the shower, replaying all of the times in the D-League, all these flashbacks of these tough times I had to go through. And I remember I got out, I saw my family and they were all smiling. I called my agent and he was yelling at me on the phone, you know, like, I'm so proud of you. I knew you could do it. That was kind of like the much needed breakthrough that I was hoping for.